Boy, they need an alternative energy source, these people, let me tell you.
All right, hello and welcome to the Lore Boys podcast, where lore never changes. My name is James. Who else is here?
It's Ethan. I dumped int.
Nice. And
It's Peter. I'm also here. I'm in a VR headset, fighting the Chinese army in Alaska.
Good for you.
great.
Honestly, someone's got to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to talk a lot about that today, actually. For those of you who might be watching video down the line, my glasses fell apart immediately right before we started recording.
The second we said
so-
let's record, one of his lenses jumped away from his face. It was unbelievable.
So I
Well,
found
once
a
we finished
backup.
the paid content, we were doing the bonus episode. Once we finished the paid content, JB physically fell to pieces.
Yeah.
It's just like his
Yeah.
job was done.
So I do have some backup glasses that I'm holding up to my face like a monocle each time I read my script today.
Oh, that's true. You've got glasses now with no lenses, and then another one with no fucking frames.
arms.
Oh, wait, no lenses.
Yeah.
No lenses and no arms. Excuse me. Yes, of course.
Yeah, I think I can Frankenstein together glasses eventually, but the show must go on. So Fallout Lore was requested by patrons Steely Dan Fan, Ed Geensbelt, Don't Tickle Me, as well as green names Daydreamer Nick, Rare Bulb, Doug, Ort, and Defcon. So heavily requested.
Yeah.
Doug, also known as Krill Collins, which was my favorite one. Bring it back. I'm gonna keep harassing you about it.
Can I count on one of you guys to look up the new patrons
Max
while I do it?
Barraclaw, thanks for joining the Patreon.
That's great. So today we will be focusing on power armor and its impact within Fallout's history. It's something that you will see in all the games, but it has a history rooted in the prehistory of the Fallout games and like what led up to the Great War, etc.
Yeah.
For those of you who are interested in more of this, we do have an old episode. I looked it up. It was like episode 46 or something like that about the Great War. And then the very next episode was about Brotherhood of Steel. And this was so far back that we could still be cautiously optimistic about the launch of Fallout 76. So
Oh,
it's a long
cool.
time ago.
That's crazy.
Been a
Bethesda's
minute.
done that to us twice. We've done our like pre-release SEO episodes. Maybe it's us. Maybe we are the angels of death.
Yeah,
where
yeah,
it's just like
sure.
we talked about 76 and fucked it. And then we did kill Coolio. Eventually killed who was that war criminal? The old guy with the
Kissinger?
Kissinger, yeah, exactly. You're welcome, Fragile. It took us
Good,
some time.
yeah.
And then we hit Starfield like a week before it came out, and boy howdy, was that ever great as well, too.
I do feel like Fallout 76 is in a much better state than it was at launch. Like if you're enjoying Fallout 76 and you ended up here because you're a huge Fallout fan and love all the games, I don't blame you. I enjoyed my time with 76, but the launch we can all agree on, I think, was pretty
exactly.
bad.
That's like kind of a No Man's Sky situation. I remember jumping into both of them. They're both on Game Pass, and I played like 5-6 hours of No Man's Sky, which is spectacular. It is very, very good. And then Fallout 76 I couldn't get into, but I feel like that's a thing where like if I had a full day to kill, like I did today with friend of the show Kyle playing Deep Rock, I think I would probably just play that for like 76 for an entire day straight, just powered on just like fucking a couple of beers and THC, have an absolute blast, and then forget the game fucking exists, right?
Yeah.
Because they have NPCs and like shit to do now, which I've never made a game. I think what do you do would be the first question I ask and presumably answer in a design document. And I guess they just do things backwards over at Bethesda because
I mean, the RPGs I do think are different. I do think there's probably some merit to starting with story. And I think if you're building something in an existing universe, you do kind of have to figure out pretty early on, how is this going to fit in that universe, right?
yeah.
Yeah, and it's like there's cool parts of 76 where like you're coming out of the vault and you're gonna rebuild America, but then you got out there and it was all MMO and no RPG at the beginning. Like there was no one to talk to, things like that. It's since improved. We'll give the I guess forewarning that like the power armor we're going to talk about today, some of the screenshots that I'll share with you guys are from Fallout 76 just because they're higher renders of like past power armor suits, but most of the stuff that was introduced in Fallout 76 we're going to leave out. I think we're going to talk a little bit about like the latest ones like the XO1 and the XO2 are involved in
post-war stuff, right?
It is involved in Fallout 76, but like anything that comes from what's it called? That whole thing where you can create stuff and then they end up selling it on their store. Like
Microtransactions?
but there's one where like people create it too. It's not just the company.
It's
Oh.
the paid mods are called
The
called it's
workshop or
because they're from
whatever?
the creation kit.
Yeah, we're gonna leave that stuff out, like Captain Cosmo, and there's a couple other ones that they introduced just as like cosmetics that we're not going to talk about. We're going to mostly
mods
focus
out of
on
this
the old
lore episode in the same way. Unfortunately, we left Thomas the Tank Engine out of our Skyrim episodes. He's currently considered to be non-canon.
But we did talk a lot about Macho Man Randy Savage, so yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's been in there since Morrowind when that guy was like freebasing PCP and writing the lore for Morrowind, right?
Yeah, exactly. The first incarnation of Talos was actually.
Yeah.
So yeah, Power Armor was born from a pretty bad time for humanity. We did talk about the lead up to the Great War way back in 2018 or whenever we talked about it. But today we're going to dig into it and with a focus on Power Armor. So what are the events of the world leading up to the Great War? Where did the Power Armor come in? How did it affect the war between America and China, etc.? But we start all the way back in 2053. Our future, but Fallout's past.
Mm-hmm.
And with something called the New Plague. And you might not know this. As someone who plays Fallout, you might have completely missed this because it happens before the bombs dropped, and no one has the New Plague post the bombs dropping. The super mutant virus, that has nothing to do with the New Plague.
We've done an episode about the FEV, I think. Like about the super mutant virus. If you go back, we have like 4 or 5 Fallout episodes, one of which I think is about it. Yeah.
Ghouls is one.
The one where we talked about Bob, right? I think we talked about the FEV a lot.
Yeah.
Because that's what he has, isn't it? A strain.
Yeah,
of that?
because
Bob
Bob's
being
not a
the
ghoul.
mutated tree.
Yeah.
We did Ghouls as well, and Mr. House. Coming up with like what's inspired me to do this episode is rewatching Fallout Season 1 on Prime and then also playing New Vegas because Fallout Season 2 is coming out really close to when this episode will release, just in a week or two. And they're going to be taking the setting of New Vegas. So you're going to meet Mr. House. You're going to be in New Vegas. I'm really looking forward to it. So been kind of
House is in Season 1, right?
No.
Yeah, he is.
No,
or you see him.
When he's alive, yes. Some
Yeah.
of the flashbacks. That's true because he works with the ghouls' now dead wife.
Yeah,
he was her boss, I think. Yeah,
but we'll be getting a lot more of him in Season 2.
Yeah, presumably.
Yeah, that's what Google told me, anyways. And
If
Google AI.
If going to New Vegas, it'd be weird if we didn't get more time with them. It'd be a weird choice by the showrunners. But
unless it's after the game and House is like canonically dead. Like you could have whatever some C-list actor they probably cast as the courier from New Vegas, right? To have like one scene.
I am so used to having glasses that my vision is blurry when I'm looking at my script, and I keep touching the space between my eyes, expecting it to fix my vision. Anyways, so the New Plague started in 2053, and to control the spread of the disease, people needed to isolate. We needed to quarantine, huh?
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds kind of made up, but
yeah,
quarantines don't work. So the only cure for the plague is for everyone to die. Okay.
Yeah.
Fact of life, libs.
Gotta go plague parties.
So what would happen when you got infected with this? You would start sweating, you'd start having unexplained contusions, swelling in weird places, and then eventually you just die to external hemorrhaging.
Okay. I was gonna say that just sounds like a hangover up until the hemorrhaging part.
It's not a pretty way to go, I don't think, unless you're like a real prankster, right? Because you could do with like explosive bleeding, I feel like you get off one good last prank,
Yeah.
like the clown with like the flower lapel that squirts water in someone's
Oh
face.
yeah,
Oh,
Imagine
just blood.
blood
right?
and pus. Yeah.
Plague blood, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So while that's happening, something else is happening at the same time. The resource wars were just about to start kicking off. So humanity had become completely dependent on oil. Yeah, right.
Idiots.
And uranium, both of which were drying up on planet Earth. So the government would use the paranoia from the plague in combination with shortages of food and other commodities to discourage other people, like stay separate from other people, don't talk to other people. Communists are bad. Stay in your house. Don't ask questions.
Right.
Yeah.
The government would never take advantage of a crisis to in any capacity, right? To maybe poison people's brains against being sensible.
I mean, I think there's a lot of parallels. This being in the 50s to the 1950s, right? Like even like aesthetically, the Fallout games are very like 1950s.
Yeah, it was like
in
the
4.
reactor was invented instead of the microprocessor, I think is the like universal split there, right?
Yeah, or like it was adopted more than I think it was just like there was no real bad nuclear incidents. I don't know.
Well, the cards were atomic, right? In Fallout, so I was trying to think of like how the fuck do you run out of uranium?
Not yet. So we are gonna create the fission. What's it called? The fusion. I'm gonna get to it. Cars are not running on nuclear power yet.
On
That's
atoms,
right. That's why we care
just
about
yet?
oil.
Okay.
They care a lot more about the oil so far. Yeah. So government says, okay, you got to get registered. You're laughing at me squinting or what?
No.
Me and Pete making faces in class, knowing the teacher can't see us.
Yeah. Are you laughing at me squinting? I can't tell. Maybe I'll zoom in the font even bigger.
Yeah,
here.
just make the font bigger.
He did once. He's doing it again.
We're at like 250% here. And I can't have it on my main monitor because I'm recording our video. So if I put it there, even though I'm capturing a window, it disappears on OBS whenever I cover it up for some reason. So I don't know.
Interesting.
Anyways, someone could do this better than me, I'm sure. Someone could see. Yeah.
I was gonna say, a guy who could see could probably do this a little bit better.
Okay, I got my little hold-up glasses. Stop
You
making fun
remind
of
me of because I was talking about on the bonus how I haven't like played Hogwarts Legacy in months. You remind me of the guy who sells Harry his first wand because he's got his little like British man like hand glasses and to like blow dust off a scroll or something.
I keep seeing this guy online who has like a really big mole on his forehead, and he like rests his glasses on the giant mole. And I kind of wish I had a mole in between my eyes right now because it would hold my glasses up. Maybe I could just put a little nail in there.
If you didn't find duct tape to fix the arm, just tape the glasses to the bridge of your nose.
Yeah,
on the bridge. Tape them up.
My girlfriend has a glasses repair kit. If I can find this damn screw, I could get this repaired after the episode. But the timing was just the worst. But
it's very
anyways. The government used the new plague to get civilians registered. They also said a symptom of the plague was socialist thoughts.
Doctor, you have to find a cure. Jamie, please. I've been thinking it constantly. I'm dying.
I don't know, man. I just like I don't want to tell anyone, but I kind of feel like people should just have access to healthcare. Is that crazy?
Yeah.
This man is desperately sick.
Put him in debt. Put him in medical debt quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah. They also said that people should stay indoors, read books, and avoid ice cream socials. No ice cream socials.
Okay.
Aww.
Yeah, sad time, honestly.
Like
what is America about?
To get a malt. To get an egg malt with your best gal.
So America used this in favor of them to kick off the resource wars. So they got a country full of paranoid people to invade Mexico to claim their southern neighbors' oil fields.
Okay. insane having this conversation in 2025 where the current American government didn't even make up a reason. They're just like, we're evil and stupid is the reason that they just publicly say on television every day.
It's wacky.
So
life's pretty
this,
wacky.
yeah, it kicks off something for the entire world actually, because the European Commonwealth is like, hey, that's a great idea. We don't have enough oil, we don't have enough food for our people. Let's invade the Middle East.
Okay. Wow.
Crazy
They
new
took it away
idea.
from the American.
This wasn't great for anyone involved. This left EU fragmented, the Middle East like severely weakened. So there's all these like states that are not working together and are starving, and there's no clear winner in a fragmented population. So everything
Right.
sucks there now.
Boy, they need an alternative energy source, these people, let me tell you.
Yep.
Hey,
Yeah,
Even there isn't one, okay? Wind and solar don't work because batteries don't exist. It is literally impossible to store wind, okay?
Yeah. Plus, have you thought about birds, you socialist hippie? Huh? They die. Okay? Think about it. Dumbass.
Yeah. It's like me with my 2 cats who will kill 5 million birds in their lifetimes, right?
every time we make a nuclear power plant, just birds keep flying into the reactor.
Yeah.
It's like a bug light for them.
Yeah.
So December 2053, there is a nuclear detonation that decimates the city of Tel Aviv, marking the first use of weapons of mass destruction since Hiroshima and Nagasaki in World War II. So
Good streak,
almost
110 years
over 100
ish.
Yeah. Yeah, not great. So Europe's looking real weak after fragmenting themselves. Middle East is crippled from the war. The United States decides that Alaska's oil fields are now vulnerable, right? Without Europe being strong to help them out. Middle East, I don't realize, they're probably not friends, but everything over there is all fucked up, and they're worried that they're going to come for Alaska.
Right.
And USA just does what it does best, is it like halts all trades outside of the US of American oil.
Weird parallels here.
Yeah.
Some weird stuff going on in this episode.
Hey, Jamie,
Yeah.
I don't want to put you on the spot here. Are you a time traveler? What the fuck is happening?
This is the future, right? Yeah. It makes the rest of the world even more resource hungry, right? They stop all trades. American oil, like Americans still have more oil than the rest of the world, and they're not willing to share it now. Now China, they're not doing great because it's communist China, and they are mostly reliant of what they have, and they did rely a bit on American oil. So now that USA is not willing to trade, China's real desperate. So you might be able to guess, if you know what happens in Fallout 3 DLC when you go to Alaska, what China's about to do here.
Yeah.
Sue for peace.
Yeah. China
Very
launches a
dialogue
full...
heavy DLC.
Yeah, it's all charisma checks.
Yeah.
Mr.
It's like a
Smith
3.5 hour like UN meeting, basically, is the DLC.
Mr. Smith Goes to Anchorage was based on this, actually, on Fallout.
Yeah. China launches a full-scale military invasion into the Alaskan territory by the People's Liberation Army in the same year, igniting the Sino-American War. Is that how you pronounce it, Sino?
Sino.
Sino, I think, yeah.
Yeah.
I think, but I don't know.
Where do we fall into all this, huh? Canadians?
Canada?
Kino.
Yeah. Kino, American War. We're actually really important for America to help them against China, because we help them build a pipeline, an oil pipeline.
Secure
from
the oil.
Alaska
Right.
down to
Okay, yeah.
USA, yeah. But that said, supporting a war that Canada did not start would wear on its citizens. In game, you can actually find like weapons that have "Arrête," which is stop, engraved into the butt of the
Oh,
the
really?
gun. Yeah, if you zoom in on some of the guns, it says Ontario, like right by the trigger and stuff. So
That's
you can
cool.
This
find
is
these.
in 76 or this is in Operation Anchorage?
I'm actually not sure. Probably Operation Anchorage. I
Okay.
just saw the clips whenever I was when I was looking up stuff.
I've played Operation
just
Anchorage
looking.
multiple times. It's I don't Bethesda notoriously in those games did not make any of their uniques unique. It's all a lot of just recycled weapons. It's like the assault rifle, the Gauss rifle is the new gun, but that's like you get it in the present of that game sort of thing.
Yeah.
So it's got my guess would be in 76 where they, you know.
Yeah.
I do think that it's Operation Anchorage because in Operation Anchorage there's a part. I saw a quick clip where the Canadians actually do the sabotage to the oil lines. It's in Operation Anchorage. I'm almost sure, but I haven't played
Okay.
Operation Anchorage or much of 76, so I couldn't tell you where that clip came from, but it looked like Operation Anchorage. But what's important from that is Canada revolted against America by sabotaging the pipeline and gets annexed
it's in New
by the
Vegas.
States.
Sorry, there is an Arrête gun, but it is in Fallout New Vegas. It is not in Operation Anchorage. It's in Honest Hearts, so it's in Utah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, found it though.
Yeah, that's all remnants from the Canadians fighting back. Because the Canadians, they do get annexed by the States, but they do kind of push back and resist the occupation until the bombs fall later on in 2077. So they spend 20 years being like occupied by the States, but
We had a good run
secretly
as
hating
number
them.
51, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope I never have to put that on a t-shirt, but that's a very good slogan, Ethan.
It's catchy.
Good
You
run
know?
as number 51.
So this kicks off the battle for Anchorage, Alaska, and this is the event that inspired the need for our actual topic for today, Power Armor. Power Armor
Okay.
will be introduced in this battle. But before that, in 2066, one of the precursors to Power Armor was born, the Fusion Cell. And I would imagine that's what the cars run on as well.
Yeah,
because they talk about, they talk about the Fusion Cell being what gives us new weaponry. It is what powers the Power Armor. It gives us
Crazy
more...
that it doesn't end the war. Truly.
Yeah.
Hey, I know we're all fighting over oil. We invented unlimited energy, but we're gonna keep fighting each other, I think.
Yeah.
Like that's just so nuts.
I mean, they would.
Mm.
I think I don't know if you're going to get into this, Jamie, about the lore change about the fusion core in the power armor. Do you touch on that at all?
I didn't write it in, but I know that it used to be a pack that was put into the back of the power armor, but in Fallout 4, they retconned it to be a fusion cell that you put in, which is true to the spirit of what powers a power armor, but it's not the exact thing that powered power armor in Fallout 1 and 2.
No, Fallout 1, 2, 3, and Vegas. In that the part of the lore that like of the power armor is that the fusion core is supposed to just be like, there's enough fuel to run this thing for 1,000 years, sort of. And they retconned it to make the game obviously more boring. Your fusion core lasts half an hour now in Fallout 4, right? So that's the thing they changed. Is just so you can maintain your jalopy, basically, like your car that the power armor is.
It's the hardest part of playing a power armor build too is just like stocking up on fusion cores. You'll get enough by the end of the game if you really look for them, the fusion cells. But it's like if you just want to play a dude who rocks around like one of those suits, it's so prohibitive, right? Like you have to choose where it is, and then if you leave it behind, it like stays in the map in that one spot. You have to remember to bring it back to your camp and put it in its chassis and all that stuff. And it's just not super fun.
I like the idea of maintaining a suit of power armor throughout a game. Like I was playing the Pacific Drive, the like survival game where you just like drive a station wagon around like some sort of like exclusion zone. That's great. But of course, like Bethesda games, notoriously their economies mean nothing, right? Where the most expensive item in the game is 2,000 caps, and when you're halfway to the level cap, you have 30,000 caps because you can find everything 10 feet from town, right? Like,
I think it's you didn't have to do it with the power cores. Like I do think there is a problem with the power armor playthrough in Fallout 4 where like it's a cool scene at the beginning when you get a power armor to fight a Deathclaw, and that is like was a really cool introduction. But then like I don't think you should have access to power armor for the game. It should be like end game like super strong, like you've played the game long enough now, you do get to unlock it. And I get that they tried to make a build around it and then realized, like, to your point, Jamie, it's like, oh, it sucks to manage the cores and manage this and always have to have it in place. But it's like, what else is the drawback? Because you're just like indestructible and
Yeah.
deal so much more damage and you can carry so much more. Like, it's all like, it would be all pros to have power armor, which is why I think like the other games, it's like it's extremely rare or difficult to get, right?
You can't even
Yeah.
fucking wear it. You find it at the beginning of
Yeah.
Fallout 3, right? You help the Brotherhood of Steel at Galaxy Radio. You find it. You cannot fucking wear it. Like, they give it to you as part of the plot, but that's just like a keep in mind. Like, this is the best armor in the fucking game sort of thing, which is cool.
Even in Vegas, like I've been playing a playthrough this week and I just started, so I'm like pretty new into the game, and I got to a museum. I just walked in a direction. I found a museum for Robco, and where they build all the robots. And I found 2 Brotherhood of Steel dudes dead upstairs because they're all about finding artifacts of like before the war. Like they find a toaster oven and they nut in their power suits.
Oh yeah.
But you go up there and you find the power armor, and I pick it up. I'm like, wow, it's like 30 weight. I only have 200 weight. I have 2 of these on me now. It's almost like it's over a quarter of my weight. But then I try and put it on, and you need to train for it, right?
Yeah.
You have to have the right skills for it, which is fine. Like, spec into that and make it your thing. But
if you're new to New Vegas, like Jamie is because of the show, or you're listening to this now and want to get into New Vegas, this is the same for all Bethesda games, as far as I'm aware, up until Fallout 4 at least. I haven't played anything after that, and didn't play enough Starfield. If you want to pick up an item and make sure it stays there without carrying it around, put it in your inventory and drop it, because those items never despawn. But the corpses Jamie looted might, and then that shit's gone forever. So you just pick up the junk. That's what I always used to do at Galaxy Radio. Just let the super mutant behemoth kill a couple of guys, a couple of the Brotherhood of Steel knights and whatnot, loot their bodies, repair everything, like combine it down into like one pristine piece, then just drop it in the fountain so it's easier to find later when you get the training. It's just fucking there for the taking.
That's good to know. I've been like struggling finding enough vendors to keep up with all the junk I'm picking up because they just don't respond their money enough. So that's good to know. Okay.
Max bartering.
Yeah. All right. So, the precursor to power armor is born, the fusion cell. Next, another retcon, instead of the fusion cell being able to power it, is the power armor frame. So, do you guys remember this from Fallout 4, that you have a frame that you put each of the individual pieces on?
You put pieces on, yeah.
So
With
if you want to have,
right?
if you want to have a T-45 arms with a T-60 head and an Exo-2 chest, you can do that, right? So you can take all the different pieces and put them together like Metabots, which is a reference no one will know. But anyway,
I didn't get it.
Yeah, I got it. Kyle got a model kit for Thanksgiving, so last month, Canadian Thanksgiving, and he was like, "You never saw Metabots?" I'm like, "Kyle, this is the first time anybody has talked about Metabots in 30 years." And then like 3.5 weeks later, you're like, "Yeah, you can build it like a Metabot." Like, what the fuck?
I remember being really excited about it as a kid because there's a video game where you could basically like Pokemon fight each other, but you could swap out. So like, let's say I beat Peter.
Pikachu arms.
Yeah, now I can put
Charizard.
Peter. I could put Peter's legs instead of my legs, right, or whatever. So,
Gotcha.
And I got that at a Zellers, and my mom. It was on sale for like $25. My mom bought it for me, and I got it all the way home, and I opened the box, and there's no cartridge in it. Someone had yoinked the cartridge.
No
and I
way.
never got to play Metabots. So, yeah.
Brutal.
Anyways. So next, they had the power armor frame. This is a retcon as well. It used to be you would just put it on. Power armor has always been less of a suit and more of like a vehicle that you step into that you need training to use, like we talked about. Except
an exosuit, maybe.
Yeah.
I really like the retro Iron Man jump in. Like the retcon, like scrounging for double A's in the Wasteland sucks. Obviously, the fusion core being a resource is stupid, but the retconning of it, the whole thing like opening up and you jump in, is dope.
Yeah, I don't even know
Right,
if that's a
and it's got, like, the
retcon
crank
as much as it's like they could just show it finally. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
that too.
the engine of New Vegas and 3 was not capable of doing what 4 did.
Yeah.
And then
They
obviously
didn't
in
have
1 and 2,
difficulty
even
animating
less.
your character's hands, which you look at the entire game. So,
Going back to New Vegas too, like there's a lot of you don't move very fast. Like your run is today's walk.
It's brutal.
And there's so much space between anything you interact with, and everything kind of looks the same except for like very specific like buildings and stuff. So sometimes I'm walking around, I'm like, I feel like I've just been moving at a snail's pace and I've looked at everything that just looks exactly the same. Like there's not a lot of visual changes, but that said, still going back to it, the characters and the story and like walking in and you see Billy Knight on the strip and he's like, yeah, so I was out last night. I got no sleep at all. There was a woman banging on my door all night. When I woke up in the morning, I finally let her out. I got a healthy
Rodney
relationship.
Dangerfield.
Yeah, exactly. I got a healthy relationship. Sure, I do. We go to a nice restaurant twice a week. I go Monday and she goes Fridays. Like, he's just shouting for it. And like I genuinely laughed at a few moments, and the characters are like fairly interesting. Like just if you do walk in a direction, you'll find something interesting, right? But
Yeah.
it is be prepared that it's harder to look at than a modern day game because it's not a modern day game. But
You got to use the compass points to be like, oh, there's an interesting thing over there, because you won't be able, like you say, you won't be able to pick out like the antlion nest or whatever that you're about to stumble onto, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah. So anyways, this is kind of in the lead up to the war, the resource war. Next, we will get into the very first iteration of the power armor and how this will evolve into the war between America and China, eventually resulting in the Great War. But we'll do that after the break. Welcome back from the break, huh? How's everyone doing?
Hey,
Hi.
all right.
Uh,
Right? Like the
look
gun
for-
in New Vegas. You guys know that gun in New Vegas that says all right?
Yeah.
Oh
Now I
yeah.
Now I do. So we have the framework done for the creation of the power armor, so we can focus what was first put onto the power armor frame, the T-45. I will say that one thing from the frame I forgot to mention earlier, the reason why you can jump off of a building and take 0 fall damage is not any of the parts. It's the frame. So if you had a frame on with no parts on it, that's what's doing the impact. That's what
Oh, cool. Okay.
Gyroscopes and balance are all on. But the pieces themselves, I provided a picture for the T-45 for you guys. I took all the pictures from Google Images and they're all labeled at the bottom and just in one big group so we can jump back and forth as needed. But for those of us just listening to the audio, which is going to be most of us, if not all, can one of the boys please describe what the T-45 would look like to a listener?
I mean, it is the classic power armor, right? Like it is the Fallout 1. It's like the cover art, the box art of Fallout 1. It's
The T61, the green one next to it, is the box art. The T45 is Fallout 3. Not to actually too hard. I'm so sorry.
There is no
Okay.
T61, the T51, right?
51B, yeah, sorry.
Okay.
Well-
yeah, it's you're wearing a bucket on your head. It's steel.
It's got angry eye visors on it. It looks
yeah.
very scary. It looks kind of like a gas mask and also a suit of armor for like a knight, like big pauldrons and shit. Very World of Warcraft pauldrons on all of them.
Great job, guys. So China makes a desperate move for oil by storming Alaska to fight the United States, starting the battle for Anchorage, right? So America needs an advantage, and quick. So they rushed the T-45 into production to fight back against the Chinese invasion of Alaska. But there's some pretty serious design flaws, but it's still a force to be reckoned with. Walter Goggins as the Ghoul, or before he becomes the Ghoul in season 1 of the show, mentions like he goes and meets a Westech guy, and Westech's like, T-45, it was the best. It was like nothing ever like it. And Walter Goggins like, yeah, actually a lot of men and women lost their lives because of all the design flaws, and you shouldn't have rushed it so much, kind of thing. But it did give them an edge because you could have heavy guns mounted to your back or carried in your hands. You often see the minigun carried in the hands with the power armor.
Yeah. I was just trying to think of one of the design flaws. It's like, hey, at the time we were in a rush. We didn't know that filling the boots with broken glass was going to be a problem. Okay?
We saw John McClane thrive in such a situation. We thought all our soldiers would do the same. All right.
Yeah. The one they mentioned in the show, and I don't know if it's the canon reason for the design flaw, is the ghoul shoots a Brotherhood of Steel member right under the chest plate with a pistol, like a revolver, like a Magnum, I think, and it goes through and actually kills him. He's like, I wonder if it's still the T60 still has the design flaws that the T45 had, and then shoots him right under the titty, and it actually kills him. So
Yeah.
And like presumably that would like ricochet around. You know what I mean?
oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that'd be
It's not
horrible.
going out the armor in the back. It's just bouncing around
Oh,
in
yeah.
there.
So another huge thing too is China would use tanks or like set up a station, take over an oil factory or whatever oil rig, and set up miniguns all around it, right? So they would have like slow moving or stationary heavy guns, but USA could just walk around and have a minigun in their hands and really take the mobility side of things. Something in the show that's kind of funny is the first time the Squire like gets the power armor and he goes to the town the first time, and you run into the Vault Dweller girl, the Ghoul, and the Brotherhood of Steel guy. They all meet up for the first time.
Yeah.
The way the Ghoul beats the Brotherhood of Steel guy in the power armor is he walks through a piece of wood, like someone's deck, and just gets his foot stuck. So clearly mobility, not the greatest thing for the power armor user, but he's also stole that from his
He didn't know how to
master,
drive
right?
it. Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't know how to drive it. And Walter Goggins says you should read the instruction manual before he like breaks a wire in his neck too. So he realizes that he's new. But
are you going to talk about the counter invasion of China? Because that's like one of the lore things I remember reading. Okay.
that's the next step. That's whenever they make the next iteration of the power armor, or close to it. First, it's all happening in Alaska. There's no counter invasion yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're on 45.
So, yep, the T-45, it's making a real impact. It's not a clear victory because China managed to gain access to some of the oil facilities, has entrenched themselves, and they're stuck there, but they're not able to advance anymore because the power armor is making the difference in the battle. But like Peter said, America needed to relieve some of the pressure in Alaska, so they brought the fight to China.
I do also like that they've invented unlimited energy. But they're like, but we had to put it into all the walking tanks, so we didn't have any left over to boil past the water. Okay?
Yeah.
So,
Everybody on the mainland back in the States is boiling their pasta on like a wax candle now.
yeah. You know what they say? Don't throw the baby out with the pasta.
That's a criticism of Fallout 4 as well. That it's like if you get a fusion core and you bring it to a settlement, it will keep them alive for years. But then you put it in your one guy's suit, and after 30 minutes, you're just out of juice.
Yeah.
But again, Ethan, you said it's like a good point. Like you have to balance it a little bit, but just lore wise, it's like tough.
Well, they didn't have to balance it. They put it in the fucking game in the first place. They're like, well,
yeah, that's it. Like
it runs on gas now, and it's a half hour.
I almost would have been fine. Like, I think it would have been better to say, like, hey, you're not running out of batteries, but the thing is breaking down. Like, you can only find, like, old rundown pieces which aren't maintained properly. Like, you could have made it any other random sci-fi thing that, like, needed to sustain these other than the fusion cell specifically. Like, this thing that humanity's been chasing for 100 years in our real world that will give us unlimited energy. And they're like, yeah, it's unlimited energy, but also it's a very small battery. Okay.
Funny enough, when I was looking for something to fix my glasses for this episode, I found like 3 packs of AA batteries. I have so many AA batteries, guys.
Dude.
My Xbox controllers are ready. or my power armor.
Living the dream. JB's flush over here. Sure, he doesn't have glasses and can't see. But he's got a box full of old AA batteries that he can use whenever he wants.
Blurry ass flashlight for the rest of his days.
I'll throw a bunch of batteries into my pasta water and see if I can cook some spaghetti or whatever.
Yeah, that's a Marvel superhero origin story.
Yeah.
Battery soup.
Yeah, so they launched their own invasion. America brings the fight to China. They want to have China need to back off of Alaska so they can take back some of their oil facilities. They attack the towns of Shantou, Nanjing, and the Gobi Desert.
Okay. Gobi Desert. I mean, I guess in universe. Yeah, it's not in China.
It depends how you put those commas there, I guess, because the towns of Shetu and Nanjing and the Go.
That
Oh,
fucking
okay.
Oxford comma got us again.
Yeah.
After China, we moved to England, and they're
Honestly, if EU didn't go after friggin' Middle East, then we wouldn't be in this in the first place. Honestly, UK, all right? Why'd you have to go for the oil in the Middle East? Because then you weakened yourselves and opened up the way for China to come after us. You
Yeah.
stayed home, Jono. He's
German.
actually in the army and
Yeah.
has been to the Middle East in the army too. Okay. So China, what Pete mentioned earlier, the Gauss rifles, that's a China's thing. China made the
Really?
Gauss rifles. Yeah.
cool.
And they're actually fighting back and hurting the T-45s. The first iteration is not they're getting shot in the tits left and right with Gauss rifles.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
The titty pun.
Yeah. And the Gobi Desert being so hot and there just being so much going on to get all the way to China, the
You'd be
fusion
like a
cell,
fucking lobster in there, dude. Jesus Christ. Oh no.
they fixed that in later iterations, but it's a real problem at first. And them running their AC in their suits all the time, their fusion cells are just running out. So
It's
they're
also-
not able to.
What's so funny too is like fusion itself is not like it's an energy producer. It's not an electricity producer. And how it will produce energy is by
Boil water.
boiling water and turning
Steam,
turbines. So you just have a big boiler on your back while walking through the desert. Like you have to keep stopping to like fill it up with water because you can't keep it all. It's basically a still
so-
seat at that point, right?
So funny how like we just keep getting better ways of creating energy, but it's just boiling water.
Boiling water.
each time.
Ultimately,
Yeah.
is boiling water. Yeah.
It's like let's burn coal to boil water.
Mhm.
Let's let's have
find
electricity.
old magic rocks which just boil water on their own for some reason. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
We'll drink to that one. Yep.
Not cursed.
Yep. To uranium.
Yep. To uranium.
To Uranus.
So America refines the design of the T-45 and releases the T-51. And I've provided two pictures there. There's a picture of the T-51 and the T-51B. So you can think Xbox One to Xbox One S. Same generation, just like a little bit better. The 1B sounds a little bit quieter when you sneak up on the Chinese or whatever.
They look, I mean, yeah.
Could you imagine having an Xbox fan when you're trying to sneak up on like
Yeah.
like a trench of sleeping soldiers?
These things are American made, eh? So they're definitely red rigging all the time also.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, your girlfriend's sleeping until she hears the PlayStation beep of your power armor going on.
They're communist red Chinese of death, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess if you guys want to say, if you notice any difference between the T-45 and the 51 and 51B or anything that you want to point out there, for the people at home, you don't need to know what it looks like. You just need to know that it's like a new, improved version of the
Much
old one.
rounder, more rounded edges for probably deflecting shit off of it. Because the T-45s
right.
are very square and flat.
Yeah,
That's
the
right.
which feels like in 2055 they should have known like, hey, flat surface is not great at deflecting bullets, but
Yeah.
But they rushed it, right? That was the rushed
guess,
prototype
yeah.
to fight against China. Yeah.
I guess
Every tank built in the Second World War 110 years before this, just
right?
like,
Yeah,
yeah.
they'd figured it out by then. Like, you know.
Yeah, that's why tanks nowadays look like Volkswagen Beetles, right? It's to
Yeah,
deflect
yeah.
all the-
Yeah,
just with treads on the bottom.
that would just be like if you did Mr. Bean in the future, that's what he would be driving. It's just
Yeah.
like a Volkswagen with treads on it.
with treads. The most notable thing for me about the T-51 is they got it army green now. They
Yeah.
give it a paint
Hell
job.
yeah. Hell yeah, brother. And one fun fact from the 51, and I think that this is called out in Fallout 2. You guys can look it up if you care to know. But a kid asks you while you're in the 51, like, how do you pee in that thing? And you reply that actually I pee in it and it recycles and it gives me more drinking water. So I
Oh, it
can
is a
spend
still
longer
suit.
longer
It is a
in the
still
desert.
Mhm.
But actually, Fallout 4 does not take this into account when you're in survival mode and you have to drink water. You still have to drink the same amount of water. So,
So fucked up that Fallout 4 doesn't let you drink your own piss. Honestly,
I know.
Unbelievable.
Fucked up, man. It's fucking
Yeah.
2025 and can't get a video game where I drink my own piss
I know.
constantly.
And you're
restore
always
my-
piss thirsty after half an hour. They don't it's not lore accurate where you
Yeah.
you don't need piss every 30 minutes.
It's only for old
Yeah.
men with swollen prostates. That's who they recruit to man the power armors in Fallout 4. You just got to stop for a bathroom.
Counter argument is that in Fallout 2, they were just being funny when a kid asks you if you pee.
Yeah.
That you're like, I drink my own piss. But then it's just you're telling a kid that. But what people believe is canon T-51s drink their own piss, and that's how they can stay out in the desert longer. So
Okay.
Good for them.
Oh, once you get all the piss out of it, it's just water after that.
True.
Yeah.
Most things are just water.
Separate the piss from the chaff.
yeah, you have to boil your own piss to make more energy, right?
Piss turbines. Just
Boil grills.
That's good.
That's very good.
The T-51 was more mobile and powerful. So America ends up winning the war in Anchorage. They completely repel the Chinese. The Chinese go home. But that's not great because China brings all their forces back home and America's still in China and all of a sudden has to fight a unified Chinese force on their own soil. So they're at a stalemate. Yeah. So what do we do when we're America and we're having a problem? We make a new iteration of a power armor suit.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this one, we're going to paint desert camo colors, okay? So I know that we painted ours the cool green, and then we got to your desert country and we realized that it wasn't very good there, but we learned our lesson, okay?
Yep. So they make the T-60. You guys might know this one from Fallout 4 because Elder Maxon's Brotherhood of Steel prefers the T-60s. You can find different branches of the Brotherhood of Steel who like different ones. So you can find ones that are all in T-45s, ones that are all in T-51s, ones that are all in T-60s.
Cool.
But Fallout 4 T-60s is the most prominent one, I guess.
Yeah. The box art for the Fallout games has very often been the main outfit from the game. Because Fallout 1, the box art is a T-51. Fallout 2, we will get into which set is on the cover of that because it's a post-war one. 3 is the 45. And then 4, they added a new power armor suit. And I know in Vegas, they had the Ranger armor. It's not even power armor on that one. They've got the NCR Ranger, which is very fucking cool. Trench coat with goggles. Excellent.
We'll get into most of the mainline power armors, but I'll be honest, I didn't have enough time to get into all of them because especially the Enclave goes kind of crazy with all the ones they make. I posted a few for fun. And then even then, we get into mining colonies who start to customize them specifically for mining and have competitions against robots, like human piloted power armor suits versus robots. And the power armor suits have a slight victory. So then the power armor people are pushing, no, humans are better than robots for mining. And the rabbit hole goes deep. But anyway, we'll focus on the mainline ones for now.
That's very cool, though. I was just thinking, imagine the CTE you guys would get in robot versus man mining competitions.
Yeah. When I was reading that, I fully expected the robots to be well, to beat the humans, we just have to kill the humans. And then there's a mine you go down filled with robots and just a bunch of dead Brotherhood of Steel looking guys. But no, they just had a race and the humans slightly won and the government used it, or not the government, corporations use it as propaganda to phase out the robots and sell more suits. But
okay.
Well, the thing is that the robots were just piloted by people in developing nations, right?
Yeah.
yeah. Mr. House just pays Filipinos and Colombians to pilot all of his things until you get the platinum chip where he's able to phase out the offshore people as well. Yeah.
Is Colombia the new burgeoning capitalist customer service country now?
I don't know that much about it, but I know they're in the conversation. But
interesting.
Yeah.
Jamie up at his global customer service politics for some reason.
There's some flaws in the world, and there's some flaws in the T-60 as well. In the Fallout show, I also posted a picture from the Fallout show because that's their version of the T-60, which is fully practical effects, which is very cool.
I was just about to say, I love the practical effects in the Fallout show. It's every actor is just in a costume. It's a lost art, and it's great.
Much better. Much better than
Yeah, I don't know how true this is, but I was reading that they didn't CGI the jetpack part too in I think it's the second episode of season 1 called The Head, where the dude the Brotherhood of Steel guy gets into a fight with the ghoul and then gets just his jetpack, goes crazy, and he flies through the air crazy style, and that's just actually wind jets that they put behind him. It didn't make him fly in a metal suit, obviously, but the effects are not CGI. It is actual just debris flying out from behind him.
That's cool.
Yeah. So yeah, still flaws. Like I said, you can shoot the T60 under the tit in the show. And they do mention even in the games, like they're not indestructible. But a cool thing about the T60 is you meet Paladin Danse, right, in Fallout 4. And you go on your first mission to go and get ancient tech, right? And you go to a rocket place. Maybe it's the second mission, but you go to a place where there's a rocket and you launch the rocket as the player character, and Paladin Danse is fully under the plume of this rocket.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Yeah. And he takes a knee, but he's totally fine. Like the suit is fine. He's totally fine. They've come a long way. Like the T60 can take a lot of damage. Before they were like hot in the desert. Now they can be in a fume, like the plume of a rocket, and be fine.
Don't worry about me, Fallout 4 protagonist. I had plenty of piss to keep me cool under that
rocket. Next one up, I don't even remember if I provided a picture for it. The T65.
65. Yeah, we got it.
Okay, it's only found in Vault 79. It's only used by the U.S. Secret Service.
I call it the Dinkus model because he looks like a bit of a dinkus.
It is kind of goofy. I like the fact that it's used by the Secret Service, where this is the goofiest looking model you provide us is the Mr. President Get Down one. With like
they're you're wearing a bucket on your head basically for all of them, but most of them have like ventilation tubes and like a ventilation port. A lot of them have. This one, the ventilation port is like, it looks like a slack-jawed mouth. Like a mouth that's like what the mouth looks like on this one. So a little goofy.
Quick note on Obsidian. I forgot to mention this on the bonus episode, but I'm playing the Outer Worlds 2. There is a scarecrow in the first area, and you can take the bucket off its head, and it's like a legendary piece of armor. You turn invisible if you're standing still, but the eyes are crooked in the helmet, so if you wear the helmet, it is two completely out of, like, off-center, out of screen, like two holes punched in the bucket is your view for the whole thing. It's very good, yeah.
You reminded me, China was trying to replicate the power armor, but like never got close to it. But one thing that China did get ahead of the States was, stealth boys that you can turn yourself invisible.
Stealth suit. That's true. Yeah.
That's Chinese technology. So we were getting bigger and
Chinese tech. You get the stealth suit in Operation Anchorage, right?
Yeah.
It's like a piece of armor you can get.
Is there
permanent stealth boy?
Yep. Like we were both kind of working down America and China were both working down like the tech tree, and they weren't able to replicate each other's stuff, but they were both getting cool new stuff.
Yeah.
Another suit that was designed to be used after a nuclear disaster is the X-01, and that's one more pick for you guys. It was the last
right?
Yeah.
The last and most advanced model of the power armor before the bombs dropped in the Great War. And it's the predecessor for all the post-war models of advanced power armor, because there's a thing called advanced power armor used by the Enclave. So the Enclave bases everything they do off the X-01.
Okay, cool.
I don't know if you guys want to talk a little bit.
It's like black and like kind of wolf-like in Fallout 3. I remember it's very cool. It's very like way scarier looking than the Knight armor, but it is better. And they also have the Tesla armor, I think, where it has like an electrical shield around it. It's got like diodes.
Into chat how many Enclave ones there are, because I didn't even get into all of them because there's so many. There's the advanced power armor, the MK1 variant, the MK2 variant, the Tesla, the MK1. Okay, there's different MK1. There's the Mark 1 Advanced, then there's the Mark 1 and Mark 2 Tesla.
Yeah.
And there's the Hellfire we'll talk about, XO2, Enclave, and Athena. So there's a bunch of them.
The Hellfire one was the best one in Fallout 3, but you needed the post-game DLC. You get it specifically after you fuck the Enclave up in Fallout 3, they come in with like the heavy guns. Basically, the Hellfire one it looks like a boar or like a pig.
Yeah.
The helmet.
I put a picture actually. Hellfire
Yeah.
is one I included because it's cool as fuck. It's
It
built
is
to with
cool as fuck. Yeah.
It's built to withstand like an insane amount of heat. Like you could like step into a volcano with it, kind of thing. Yeah, and the pick is there.
As far as I know, it's only in Fallout 3. I can't remember if you can get it in Vegas, and I can't remember if you can get it in 4. I remember when I found an XO1 in 4, I was like, okay, I'm a bit hot and cold on this game, but the Fallout 2 armor looks exactly like the Fallout 2 armor should in 3D in Fallout 4. They did a really, really good job on that.
Mm-hmm.
The
It's like, I
XO2
always thought it looked bug-like. The most bug-like power.
Yeah,
right.
it's got like
Got a
praying
bit of a
mantis
bug.
eyes.
Yeah.
The last picture I provided, notice the horns is the XO2 or the Black Devil, it's known as, and it has lightweight composites to give it even more speed and agility. And there's only a handful that exist. It's the special forces units like the Devil's Hand. We're given access to them, and that's one of the coolest ones you can get in Fallout 3 as well.
It sounds cool as heck. I don't think you posted this picture though.
No, I don't see it.
You gave us the Hellfire armor, but not this cool one. You're just teasing.
Sorry, I don't have my glasses.
That's true.
The excuses start.
My glasses. I can't post without my glasses.
I did this before I lost my glasses. It's fully my fault.
That's true.
But let me
Honestly,
grab a photo.
And this is not like a punny pun. We couldn't have seen this coming. Your glasses just fell apart. Like what
They
the fuck?
exploded off your face. It was unreal. Like nothing I've ever seen before.
Just one popped out.
Oh, this is dope as hell. Okay, cool. I recognize this.
Yeah, that
I
angle's
would say
not great for the horns, but kind of when you're first person, like at an angle, or sorry, third person at an angle, you really see them horns too.
Yeah.
The way they stick off the
First person at an angle. Jamie's already forgotten how to see. I can't see the back of my head, guys.
So there's more, like I said, like I could get a lot deeper into the Enclave itself and then dip into some of the power armor. I could get into the corporation side of things, like because they made like mining versions of this and other like labor versions of this. But that's all I wanted to cover for today. If you let me know in the discord.gg/loreboys if you want to hear more about this stuff. I see people talking about it today. Steely Dan asked for it. Magnus talked about it.
Yeah, I know. It was, it was weird when we knew it was coming and people were requesting.
Yeah.
A lot of Fallout today. Keep it up.
Yep. And they'll get it. And you can have even more if you ask as well. Twitch.tv/loreboyjames. You can watch me play some New Vegas and Baldur's Gate 3, among other things. And that's been me. Pete, what's going on with you?
At Loreboys Podcast on Instagram. Come check it out. And then my comic book, The Black Frontier, is available on Amazon, linked below. And via our Patreon. You can get a preview $9 and up, and then the full thing $15 and up is included with your subscription.
Yeah, if you guys like the show, consider leaving us a rating or review on your podcast app of choice. Really helps us out. And if you want to support the show, we do have that Patreon. There's a link in the description below. For as little as $3 a month, we'll give you a shout out and love you unconditionally forever.
You probably get a little more pull on what the episodes we cover too. Like no guarantees,
Yeah,
for sure.
but I definitely read those with more.
We take it more seriously, for sure.
More serious.
I'm very
And I'll
braggable.
say, I take the people who've been patrons for longer more seriously too. So yeah, there's a bit of seniority there.
Yeah.
Also,
So
that's the only reason I ever did fucking Doro Head to Doro is because Saucy's like I've been a patron forever. I was like, we gotta throw the kid a bone eventually, you know.
Darnell eventually got me into Marvel and even consulted on it. He's been around forever too, right?
Yeah.
And no regrets. It's
Nope.
all good.
My uncle.
Doro Head to Doro
Classic.
was also very cool. There was a guy with a big crocodile head, and that was fun. And if you don't trust Patreon, we do of course have a service called Loreboys Prime, a service we've always offered, where we're working on our own version of Power Armor this month. Of course, everybody knows. Just in time for Christmas, just in time for the holidays, you're gonna get your Loreboys branded Power Armor. We do need some people to sample some piss though, because we need to know what kind of pisses we need to be drinking to make the Power Armor work better. Because right now, it's not moving at all. It's not doing anything. We're pretty sure we got the fusion part down. It's the piss that I'm pretty sure we got wrong. That's making it not make power or boil water.
I like that really thick holiday piss, egg piss, I think it's called.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, put a little rum and nutmeg in your piss and send it our way. And Jamie will Jamie will sup it up, as they say.
I won't be able to know the difference between the pisses until they actually hit my lips right now because I'm so blind. So might as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Glasses fall off, can't smell anymore to tell piss apart. Like what?
Yeah, that's it, yeah. Well, you have to swirl in the glass. You have to look at the legs, really, right?
I was just about to say, this piss has good legs.
Yeah.
You like a white or a red?
Horrifying. I think that would cost you a lore boy.
Lore
More
boy.
boys
Out.
out.